So we've covered inserting documents or indexing new documents using the JSON format in a REST API. And don't worry, we'll show you other ways of doing it later on in the course where you don't need to actually use curl and write REST queries by hand. But you remember that we tried to insert the movie ID for Interstellar a second time when we did that bulk import, and it gave us back an error. So you might ask yourself, how do I actually change a document or update a document once it's already been indexed? And it turns out it is possible. So here's the thing, Elasticsearch documents are immutable. You can't actually change them once they've been written, but there's a workaround for this. Elasticsearch automatically maintains an underscore version field on every document that you put in. So what you can do in order to update a document is create a new copy of that document with an incremented underscore version number. So all that matters is that the unique ID for the document and its version together are unique. So you can have multiple versions of a given document, and Elasticsearch will automatically use the most recent version that you've created. So when you do an update request on Elasticsearch, what really happens is a new document, an entirely new document gets created with an incremented version number, and then the old document gets marked for deletion. And when Elasticsearch does its little cleanup pass later on, whenever it feels like doing it, that old version will go away. Okay? So what does that really look like? Well, here's what an actual update request looks like from curl. You would do a post, as opposed to a put or a get verb, to the host name and port, of course. Specify the index you want, in our case movies, the type movie, the ID of the document, which in this case is 109487 for the movie Interstellar, then underscore update, meaning that you want to take the existing record and only update one or more fields. So in this JSON request body, we're saying under the doc format, all we're going to do is update the title. And I'm not sure if this is actually different or not, it doesn't really matter, but what this command is saying is that I only want to change the title field of the existing document for document ID 109487. I will copy over everything else that existed in the previous existing version, and it will then create a new copy of this document with an updated title that has a new version number. So let's just dive in and see how this works firsthand. All right, let's play around with updating and see what's really going on under the hood here. I've already signed into my Elasticsearch server here through SSH. So let's start by taking a look at what's already in there for the movie Interstellar. So if you type in this command here, curl-xget 127.0.0.9200/movies, which is the index, /movie, /the movie ID 109487 !pretty, that's going to tell Elasticsearch to retrieve the document ID 109487, which I happen to know is Interstellar. So let's go ahead and hit that and see what we get back. Now I want you to look more closely at the response this time. So what we get back in JSON format for this query is that the document retrieved is in the movies index, and it is of type movie and of the ID that we specified. Now, take a look at that. Underscore version is 1. So what we have here is version 1 of our Interstellar document, which says that the title is Interstellar, the year is 2014, and it's an IMAX and sci-fi movie. Let's say we want to update this. Okay, let's say that I want to change the title to something else. Let's go ahead and do that. To do that, we'll say curl-xpost 127.0.0.9200/movies/movie, which is the type, and then our type, which is 109487, /underscore update -d single quote. We're going to give it a JSON body here. Open curly bracket, doc. And we're going to change the title field to something else. I don't know, Interstellar, woo, because I like that movie. Woo, that's my take it excitement, people. Close off that curly bracket there, and a single quote, and there we have it. So take a close look here. The version number that we got back was now 2. Okay, so we've actually created a new copy of this document with a new version ID of 2 instead of 1. So when I go to retrieve this document now, just like I did before, my response will now say version 2 because version 1 has gone bye-bye. It's marked for deletion at this point. Now what would happen if I try to insert this movie ID again? Well, let's find out. Curl-xput 127.0.0.1:9200 movies movie 109487. Make sure our response is pretty. open curly bracket, and I'm not going to bother with tabs for this particular one. Genres, IMAX, sci-fi. So we're just going to try to reinsert this document from scratch. So that's interesting, huh? So it actually did not error out. Instead, it just created a new version for me automatically. So when I'm using the put interface for creating a new movie, if it does see a duplicate ID already there, it will automatically increment the version and update it instead. So see that the result says updated now instead of created. So it's telling me that even though you told me to create this thing, I just updated it for you. Hope you're good with that. And it did succeed in writing it. The created field, however, is false because it did not actually create this document. All it did was update it. So that's how updates work in Elasticsearch. Pretty interesting stuff. Now, like I said, those old versions are still around, but they are marked for deletion, so it's not safe to try to actually retrieve them at this point. The next time Elasticsearch cleans things up, those will be gone, and only the most current version, version 3, will be around. Cool, so there you have it. That's how updates work.